Good morning, dear student. Good morning, children, to all of you, and good morning to my all the friends. The topic: path of the charged particle in uniform magnetic field. Before this topic, first we know how to force is apply in the magnetic field on the charged particle. If magnetic field is given in this direction, magnetic field is represented by the parallel line, that is the uniform magnetic field parallel to the surface. And suppose that the electric field is given in this direction, uniform electric field parallel to the surface. What is the difference on the charged particle inside the magnetic field and inside the electric field? If any charged particle is put on this magnetic field, what is the effect? Everyone remember this formula, F equal to QBB sine theta. It is called the Lorentz force, the force on the charged particle in the magnetic field. F equal to QBB sine theta. So in this case, only the charged particle is kept in this magnetic field. It is freely dropped in this magnetic field. So in this condition, the velocity of the charged particle is 0. If velocity of the charged particle is 0, if V is 0, then F equal to 0. That means no force is acting on the charged particle. That means charged particle is stationary at the same point. But inside the electric field, suppose that the charge is kept inside the electric field, then the force is applied on the charged particle in the direction of electric field. F equal to QE. It is the magnitude of the force F equal to QE in the direction of electric field. And if the minus Q charge is given to you, then force is applied in the opposite direction of the charged particle, same in the magnitude F equal to QE. And in this case, the path of the charged particle is straight line, everyone knows. But inside the magnetic field, if charge is kept stationary, no force is applied on the charged particle, that means charge is in rest position. It is clear? And now it is given F equal to QBB sine theta. If theta equal to 90 degree, that means if the charged particle, it is the direction of magnetic field. If the charged particle is moving with velocity v and it is the angle theta, if theta equal to 90 degree, so now everyone knows this formula, F equal to QBB sine 90. F equal to QBB sine 90, and everyone knows the maximum value of sine theta is 1. At which angle? At sine 90, sine 90 is 1. So in this case, the force is maximum. F is maximum equal to QBB. So in this case, the magnetic force is maximum when the charged particle moving perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field inside the magnetic field, then force is maximum and it is equal to QBB, where Q is the charge, V is the velocity of the charged particle, and B is the intensity of magnetic field. So now it is clear the force is applied on the charged particle. It is F equal to QBB sine theta. And now we discuss about the topic. Everyone see that the path of the charged particle in uniform magnetic field. Now children see here, the magnetic field is denoted by the cross. What is the meaning of cross and what is the meaning of dot? If anywhere it is given cross, cross, cross on the surface, that is clear, it is indicate the direction of magnetic field perpendicular to the surface and inside the surface, inward. And if it is given dot, dot everywhere in the place of cross, so the magnetic field on the surface, in which direction? Just opposite to the perpendicular to the surface, outward from the surface. Okay, so cross means just to see the marker point in this direction, and dot means it is the opposite direction, perpendicular to surface and outward, and cross means perpendicular to the surface, inward. If in this magnetic field, if any charged particle q of mass is given here, the m, is entered inside the magnetic field with velocity v, what is the effect? When the charged particle enter inside the magnetic field, then immediately the force is applied on the charged particle. And how to calculate the force? Everyone knows F equal to this formula, F equal to QBB sin theta. And here theta is 90 degree, so the force is maximum, magnetic force is maximum equal to QBB. The magnetic force is maximum applied on the charged particle if charged particle enter inside the magnetic field perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. We throw the charged particle perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. But what happens? When the charged particle entered inside the magnetic field according to your given energy perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field, but one force immediately acting on the charged particle inside the magnetic field, and where you have to find out the direction of magnetic force on the charged particle according to the right hand palm rule number 2. According to the right hand palm rule number 2, how can I apply the right hand palm rule number 2? According to the right hand palm rule number 2, the forefinger and thumb both are perpendicular to each other, and forefinger is indicate the direction of magnetic field and thumb in the direction of positive charge, motion of the positive charge particle. Just to see, the forefinger inside the board and thumb in the direction of motion of the positive charge particle are in the direction of the current. Then the direction of palm is indicate the force on the charge particle in this direction. So the force is applied on the charge particle in this direction. It is the magnetic force Fm, and one force is provided by you, it is F external force. There are the two forces acting. One force we have to apply on the charged particle, it is throw, it is the horizontal force, and it is the perpendicular force, magnetic force, because the charged particle enter perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field, then the magnetic force is also applied at the same charged particle. So there are the two forces acting at the same charged particle. So the resultant is always between the two forces. The resultant is always lies between the two forces. If the both forces is equal in magnitude, then the resultant path is lies between the two charged particle, two force charged particle. And according to this one, the charged particle now start the motion in the circular path. It is the curve path. Due to this resultant force, external force and magnetic force, the charged particle now start the motion in the circular path. Circular path. If any charged particle enter perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field, then the nature of path is circular. If charged particle moving in the direction of magnetic field, then the nature of path is straight line. And now see, everyone knows for the circular path, centripetal force must be required. Without centripetal force, anybody never be move on the circular path. And now see, who is provide the centripetal force here? Magnetic force is always perpendicular to the charged particle, Fm. It is always acting towards the center of circular path, and it is provide the centripetal force. So the for circular path, centripetal force Fc is provided by the magnetic field, magnetic force here Fm, and everyone knows the formula of the centripetal force, mv square by r. What is r? R is the radius of the circular path. We have to consider r is the radius of circular path. So F equal to mv square by r, and it is equal to QVB sin 90. Because charged particle enter perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field, so according to the formula QBB sin theta, theta is 90 degree. So the magnetic force is provided the centripetal force. And now see here, which quantity is, the value of sin 90 is 1 and V is cancelled. It is equal to mv by r equal to qb. And now find out the radius of the circular path, r equal to mv by qb. It is the formula of the radius of the circular path at which the charged particle is. Now start the motion of the circular path inside the magnetic field when it is entered perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. So r equal to mv by qb. What is m? M is the mass of the charged particle, v is the speed of the charged particle, q is the charge of a particle, and b is the intensity of the magnetic field. And now the radius r, and everyone knows the momentum, linear momentum p equal to m into v. Linear momentum p equal to m into v. So according to this formula, we have to apply in this radius formula. So r equal to, in the place of mb, it is p by qb. If magnetic field is constant, if b is constant and q is constant, then r is directly proportional to p. Then the radius of the circular path is directly proportional to the linear momentum if q and b, it is constant. Yes, children, and according to this formula, we can say that r equal to mb by qb. mb by qb, we can write here r equal to v upon q by m into b. R equal to v upon q by m into b, and q by m, this q by m is called specific charge. Specific charge, specific charge, and specific charge is q by m. And what is the unit of the specific charge? Coulomb per kg. And if speed and magnetic field is constant according to this relation, so we can say that the radius of the circular path r is inversely proportional to the specific charge. Specific charge. So the radius of the circular path is inversely proportional to the specific charge. So now see the radius of the circular path, the formula is r equal to mb by qb. Radius is directly proportional to the momentum. Radius is inversely proportional to the specific charge. And now we have to find out the relation between the radius of circular path to the kinetic energy. Everyone knows the kinetic energy formula k equal to half mv square. And now this equation, we have to multiply it by m and divide by m, it is mv square by 2m. And what is the value of mv according to this relation? We can find it mv equal to root 2 km. Root 2 km. So in the place of mv, in the expression of the radius, we put root 2 km. And it is equal to r equal to root 2 km by qb. So in the place of mb, we put here root 2 km by qb, and that is clear. R is directly proportional to the kinetic energy if another quantities remain constant. So the radius of circular path is directly proportional to the square root of the kinetic energy. If the kinetic energy of the charged particle is increases or 2 times, that is the radius of circular path is root 2 times. If the kinetic energy becomes 4 times, then the radius of the circular path becomes 2 times. If the kinetic energy becomes 9 times, then the radius of the circular path is becomes 3 times. And according to this one, we have to find out the radius of the circular path. Children, after that we discuss about the time period. You see here, the time period. Everyone knows the time period of revolution. The time taken by the charged particle to complete the one revolution in the uniform magnetic field in a circular path. Everyone knows the time equal to distance upon speed, and distance is covered by the charge particle. In one revolution, it is equal to the circumference of the circular path 2 pi r. And what is the velocity? It is v. And now put the value of r equal to mv by qb, r equal to mv by qb, and now by v, and v is cancel. It is equal to 2 pi m by qb. It is the formula of the time period. Children, according to this formula, we can say that the time period is independent of the velocity. Time period is independent of the velocity. So what is the effect of the velocity? If the velocity is increases, so what is the effect on the time period? No effect on the time period. But the radius you see here, r equal to mb by qb, radius of the circular path is increases, but no effect on the time period. If velocity is increases, then according to this relation we can say that the radius of the circular path is increases, but the time period is remain constant. Yes children, now it is clear. And children and dear friend, please like this video and subscribe my channel. Thank you to all.